I hope you had a fantastic week. Karibu back to Young Mindset. Today we have hot topics to talk about. But first, I just want to know how these guys are doing. And I hope they've been having an interesting week as I had. So, Robin, how was your week?
It was fantastic, man.
What was fantastic about your week?
Hey.
Just one thing.
Man United.
what?
Man United is winning.
What happened?
It's just winning. We're just winning things. Hoyland is scoring goals.
Okay.
When we say for those who do not believe, like my coach said, I know my people. I know what we say. We know when everyone is back, routine will come back. Okay. We'll do everything. Will be good.
Interesting. Kasums, what happened?
Dollar.
What happened with the dollar?
Dollar was just like this.
Have you sold the dollars?
Like this.
You're the one person among this group who was holding a lot of those. Have you sold them? I hope you did, by the way.
No. I'm stipulating for there's a better chance because when it goes down here, there is now a higher chance. Now, in fact, I'm actually buying.
Thunder go strike you, bro.
I am buying them. If you have dollars, bring them. I go buy them. I go buy them. I am buying them right now.
Okay.
I'm going to sell them when they reach 250 shillings and above.
Okay.
For now, I am buying.
But there is a new gent in the group. He'll be showing up once in a while. He's got a lot of wisdom and we couldn't afford just, getting him, stand outside there.
Wiki imekuwa fiti. Imekuwa tu fine. Pia kumekuwa na Valentine's. Jessica miongelea mambo.
Oh, Valentine's.
Hamna wapoa ni.
Hizo ni. Chana na. Nani, by the way, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm a development practitioner. Yeah, working with development NGOs.
That's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So hit him up if you have something in that line, development practitioner and someone who's maybe associated with NGOs in Kenya and outside the country. Or in Kenya, basically. Yeah, that is right. That is good. Amosi.
Our Auga brothers lost, and we are happy for that.
Thunder goes strike you now.
They lost. Yeah. So tuko pamoja na wako asi tu kuenda na wao pia walidu, so we are equal. Yeah. Actually we lost our legend.
Kiptum, yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
One of our youngsters when alikuwa akishikilia our flag.
Quite legendary actually, man.
But the achievements alikuwa amefanya.
Yeah.
Alikuwa na kazi ndio anasema alikuwa na mtoto wa 13 years.
Mtoto mdogo bali Kiptum ni mtoto mdogo.
Alikuwa na mtoto wa 13 years.
Man, like you guys man, actually in the details. Kisha sasa Kenya ukirudi.
But hiyo story ya nani ya Kiptum watu walijaribu kuwekelea the other legend. Kipchoge, but
that is propaganda, and the people would want to defame you in one way or another, and given the kind of the close, I can call it like correlation they had, given that this Nani Kiptum had actually broken the record of Kipchoge, right? So your comparison.
Well, who was comparing? What happened? Like, alikuwa anamleta aje kwa history?
No, after ame die. What happened is Kenyans went from Twitter now. There was two sides. Some claiming that Kipchoge had a hand in it. Okay.
They explain how.
I mean, they just give like speculation, nothing factual, nothing makes sense there. But people, it's just rumor mongering online. It doesn't make sense really. We can't dive into you can't dive into those rumors. Yeah, they're baseless, so we don't give them a platform. We know the boss. This is the guy who's funding the organization, by the way. You're overworking lately, bro. Wewe na Ruto.
It will happen hii wiki. Valentine's vile mmesema. Raila'S bid manze. Hiyo nayo itakuwa noma sana.
That's huge.
Alafu sorry ya dola manze. Nibidi nimeuza zangu jo.
Sasa hizi ni mapesa
niliuza bana, zimepungua.
Sasa hizi unazipronounce in
Ruto alisema bana zinaweza shuka hadi 113 115 hapo. Lakini hapa mbele zinaenda kupanda. Mimi hapo mbele zinaenda kupanda hapa. Ni sawa, acha niuze kwanza, tabai later, I'll buy later. Yeah. Alafu story nyingine nimesikia ya our neighbors hapa TZ
TZ by the way.
hawana electricity, dollars zimeisha.
Nasikia TZ they're
Majirani
suffering
wetu.
crisis.
Wako na
I
hawana
thought
Kiingereza.
hata sukari hawana bana.
you know hao walipata rais anaitwa Suluhu.
Suluhu.
Suluhu in English is solution.
A solution.
For a moment I thought washafika bro. But the fact that mchele wanakosa. Mchele ni kitu ya kukosa. Mchele. Mwangaza.
Ni kitu ya kukosa.
Wanafunzwa daro na tochi. Tochi kwa Kiswahili inaitwa kurunzi bro.
Yeah.
Nasikia tochi kwa Kiswahili ni kurunzi. Hiyo ni kucomplicate matters. Yeah, so
na pia vile amua amesema wa Nigerians brothers wale lose. Nilisikia Songo akiwaita killers. Wamepoteza killers. So I don't know, but mimi nilikuwa nyuma ya Ivory Coast, so
I think a better part of Africa, including me, was behind Ivory Coast. I don't know why really, but I just wanted Ivory Coast to win because I think there's some kind of we have quite a library with Nigerians, but we love them. So if you come across this channel, first start by subscribing and then like this particular video, and then now the third step, leave a comment down below. And then we can now engage from there. Now, given that we all quite had an interesting way from what I'm reading, I think now we want to jump into one thing that I felt like we should really highlight on this podcast. Baba. You know, Baba is now dodging local politics. And I read somewhere that there's been a panic in ODM and they've called like kind of a meeting, you know, guys are meeting to discuss, you know, the Nini departure of Baba and who's going to become now who's going to carry the team. Okay, so what do you think, Munyao, Baba and AU?
Baba is up to the task. Yeah, AU. Vile umeona local politics. Like Baba amecheza tu fit. Like since time immemorial amekuwa akitetea watu. Since time immemorial like amekuwa akitetea wanyonge. So I think having that in mind, because vile dunia ina perceive Africa, ina perceive Africa like sisi tuko chini in terms of development and other things. So I think Baba kienda huko juu atatutetea. Like hakutakuwa na resources zetu zinakuja zinatolewa hapo. Like tutakuwa na watu wenye wanaweza they can air our issues pale huko nje. Yeah, and of course I think kila mtu Kenya hata UDA nimeona juzi jana umetoa statement wanasema wao wana support Baba. Kalonzo pia katoka akasema Baba.
Mudavadi was there giving a statement. Actually gave a statement.
So I think even the ambassador,
the former
Nigerian president. Yes. So I think it's time for East Africa. Because East Africa
is Baba the right person? If you're talking about it's time for East Africa, is Baba the right person to pick or to hold high the East African flag?
For me, yeah.
Is he the person?
Yeah, I think he's the right person.
Why?
For me, because Baba is the best.
Baba's been tainted since if you go back in history, 2007 is like if you draw the poster for 2007, some of the people you want to put in front of that are, may his soul rest in peace, Mwai Kibaki and Baba, and then our very own president right now, Uhuru, and all that.
Baba was not involved.
And then go. Jump right on to 2013. He's defeated in an election, and then he goes back to court again. 2017. With him, there's been some kind of back and forth with his politics and the approach to issues. Do you want to take that to the international platform now? You portray that in the continent. Do you think he will be able to amicably solve problems across Africa? Because that is the major function of the AU.
I want to pose a question to you. Do you think that Baba was right doing all those things?
He was.
For instance, in 2007, huyu jamaa alishinda bana. Clean. Kila mtu anajua alishinda. Si kweli? So,
I don't know.
Mimi nimeshinda kura.
The only thing I know, when you win in Kenya, you become president and we swear you in. So hiyo
everyone
never sat in State House unless visiting.
Hata wenye walishinda, hata Kibaki himself. Hata akiwa sahi, may his soul rest in peace. He knows Baba won. in 2007.
Okay.
Baba won.
Okay.
Like Ujama alishinda kura. So history of violence, Baba was not involved in that. I mean, Kenyans, they wanted change.
Okay.
I mean, democracy. We have won. We need that seat. We need the presidency. Sini sawa? So Nikama kuniambia now that because the whites the Europeans they have decided I mean to go in a certain direction. So you want Baba to just bulge, aseme now we are headed to that direction? Of course not. That is why I'm saying if Baba won in 2007 na akatetea akasimama akasema no, tuna march forward, the same thing he's going to do.
I love that. Now
Yes,
that is I just wanted that
Yes.
grounding statement,
Yeah.
which now takes me to Kasum's.
First of all, Baba is up to task. I believe he's going to do something big. But I only have a problem with Baba being backed up by the government of Kenya.
What is the problem?
I have a problem with that. I really have a big problem with that. Because we all know our current president is a sellout. He went there, and when he was going to those other countries, he talks good. He's convincing the people of the other African countries the way we should be one Pan-African, whatever state and everything. Yes, he's trying to convince our people, and at the same time, he goes back to the Westerners, trying again to see how, trying to be belittled. That's how I can call it.
You never outshine the master.
He was one of the. He was one of. You see. If Baba can be supported by someone like Museveni, I don't know if Museveni is there supporting him. If Baba can be supported by people like Museveni, people like who is this South African guy? Malema. People like Kagame. Those are the people whom we know are the true Pan-Africanists. You know, so
call them dictators.
Is Malema a dictator?
No, people will call. That's why
the West. Maybe the West would call them.
We say the West,
not the West,
not people. It's the West. It's the West people, the Western people who are bringing all this chaos we are having.
But I love the trajectory you're taking.
The concept.
But you're driving away from what my question is. I just want you to tell me one thing. Give me one highlight to why Baba is the rightful, or not just the rightful, but is he deserving? What makes him deserving? That's the question I want you to answer.
You see, one thing I love about Baba, which I think makes him the right candidate for this thing, is the fact that over the many years he's been into politics, into Kenyan politics, he's always put the interest of Kenyans first. That's one thing I come to thank God for us having him as a leader in Kenya. Over the years, we've had the times during Moi when he was, tortured for us only to get some of the freedoms we are now enjoying. You know, back then you could not come. You see the way I'm now saying that the president is, not doing good the way by backing up Raila and everything.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, the freedom of speech that I now have right now. These are some of the many things that Baba
we can accredit to Baba.
Yes, we can accredit to him.
Okay.
Because long ago, many years ago, you could not do that. If I could maybe start and say anything, just a few, you could have realized those days it used to be Peugeot 504. That Peugeot could have come here and could have been picked.
You are taken massage and everything, given a good treatment.
They treat me well, Pale Nyayo House Chambers, that underground basement. So these are some of the things, and there are so many things which we can
the second point.
Then the other thing, I'm also for the idea. It might be unpopular for some people, but I'm for the idea that Baba right now is beyond the Kenyan politics. I mean, right now he's someone who should not be coming here and looking for positions like president. These are positions, mere positions. He should now look for big positions.
Think of it from this point. I would have suggested they would have given this thing to Uhuru Kenyatta. He's beyond the Kenyan politics right now. He's been president. What else would he want? Let him go be the chair of.
Let me tell you about Uhuru. Uhuru is also a good choice, but Uhuru, I don't think he's been. I don't know how to call it.
I just put that across.
He's not been something in the African Union. Baba used to be something for development.
He's
Yeah.
not a figure beyond Kenya.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Uhuru is in massive in Congo, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah. Yeah, solving crisis and right.
Fighting for people's rights.
So the thing is,
if you ask me, Baba is popular in Kenya as a leader, as a good leader who would like want to fights for people, okay? But to the entire of Africa, is known as the person who's lost as many times, like as 4 or 5 times, and is always into court. He loses, goes back to court and everything. That is the image they might have.
If he's known for such, let me
Baba.
just get back to that. If he's known for such, you've also realized that over the recent years, about 10 years down the line, you've realized that Baba has been going to most of those countries that have been having post-election violence. He's been the one mediating. He's been a peace mediator in about 4 or 5 countries in Africa.
Okay.
So if you go also by that trajectory, you see that Baba is also popular in such areas.
I think Baba is the best person for this job. I think it only makes sense to embrace him as he has built a brand per se, which is what now I was alluding to later. He has built a brand in such a sense where in Kenya we view him as a liberator. Or he's pictured as such.
True.
Sure.
I would say most agree.
So and that same image is the same image inauzwa to the Western media, to whoever is coming in, because at any given time yeye ndo mwenye anapigania wale ambao wanakaliwa. Sure. Like even if guys go on protest or whatever, they go under the voice of Baba has said this and this and this and this. His power.
Even the name Baba.
Exactly. He's the fact that stands as a reference to Raila. Every single time we say Baba, it is known. Baba in Swahili means father. And Baba is like, no, now Raila is alluded to being kama asa kuwa Baba sasa. In this case. Now what are the chances that the same brand that he has created in Kenya, politically it has served him well. How much more then can it serve him to the Africa as a whole if the agenda is Pan-Africanism? Now remember, Baba has been also working in the African Union in other capacities as exactly like an advisor in such sense, for urban development and the likes. Who else then to understand such? He tried the same thing pia huko hivi Kenya. But he's really involved kwa hii story ya Mbagathi Road. Sijui kama nyinyi mnajua. Raila. Raila Odinga wewe ni nyingine ya juu, lakini anaongea sa Mbagathi Road sasa. But ideally, he's the best person to serve in such capacities. If it's about liberating Africa, if it's about talking about the development that Africa needs, and such. Now, the other thing is where Africa is going. I think where Africa is going and what it needs is people who understand what it takes now to fight for it. Musafaki has done his own job. So, like, we want a person who can be the same uzushi Baba leta kwa serikali. The same uzushi tutaka pia peleke wapi. Kwa Western powers and the guys that be. Those guys who come and say these sanctions have been granted to blah 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 blah, like whatever is happening in Senegal.
Before we even get to whatever is, before we even make reference to the West and the East and everything, Africa, there are major problems that need solving, and they need someone who's up to the task. Niger, is it Niger? Niger. We have this other country is Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, right? They've actually separated themselves from the ECOWAS, right? And at the same time, they it's not democracy. Democracy, I mean, they're being led by the military junta. And if that is the case, and you're talking about African Union, I don't see a union there. If these 3 countries
I think
are kind of trying to isolate themselves. So do you think Baba is kind of a solution to that? Is he gonna bring on board a solution to
when PLO spoke about the kind of leaders that we have in Africa? He talked about how selfish they are and how they hawataki kuangalia concept ingine isipokuwa kenye na wasavu wao. They've been given options. Options have been given to options were given to Libya. They took their own way. Options were given to other countries like Somali, Nini, Eritrea, even now Ethiopia, Djibouti. There are options that they have been given. Sure. But then the fact that Musafaki is supposed to exist there, so that now if anyone who is coming into, for example, AFCON was sponsored by Total Energies. Sure. If such a business is going to come in and sponsor our sport, how much then are they being given? So in that context, sure, if they're the ones who are this is a foreign company with foreign money and whatever, so coming in, are they just sponsoring the event peke yake, ama the other business deals that they are getting? So those business deals, are they through the African Union Commission, ama they're directly to the countries?
Wow, amazing.
See, so then even Piolo, when he's talking about this, the kind of leadership that you have here, he was alluding to the fact that there's no way KFC can come into Africa and do business, but then do separate until they can come have a plant in Kenya, but be sourcing things from Uganda.
No,
but that should be a law before they even come to Africa. Like, these are the stipulations that you're given to work with. So when you're exporting things to, for example, to Kadandama, to other markets from Kenya, you should have a certificate from KEFIS. So, but then is there anybody by Africa which is giving such certifications? There's a trade agreement that they're trying to propose right now. Who else better to suggest such proposals if not Baba?
Okay. So basically what I'm getting from you is that he's well experienced, he has the knowledge, the capacity, so he's the guy.
He's the end of Baba of Africa side.
So we should also consider the other leaders who are there into play, who are going to be contesting with Baba. Yeah, because we have that leader from is it Algeria? There's one from Algeria, I think. Is it? Yeah, there's Comoros also. Yeah, there's one also from those. They're about, is it 4 or 5 leaders? I think those leaders also we should try and see.
Then I think
how they are in terms of, because now we can't only be saying Baba is like the best without knowing the capacity.
No, but no,
of other leaders.
No,
you also need to know the capacity of other leaders.
It's good.
Baba is fine.
I think
yes,
you can only talk boldly of a person you know, right? Yeah, sometimes even how you could be seated here knowing that your competitor is as tough as nothing you've ever seen before, but you have so much of courage that even like the way umejijaza na everything, competitor akisikia akikuangalia ana feel anajua tu huko basi naweza pigwa. So if you want to there's no way tunaweza jishusha like unaget like wale azizi nothing.
But do you think there's someone who is maybe at PAM who will be maybe some sort of a competitor, a threat to Baba?
I think those are facts we need to look into, given that we don't have the profile. I will say personally, I don't have the profile of all the other competitors. Once I have that well aligned, I do my analysis, then I'll be able to put that up front. But as of now, from it could be speculation. I want you to know Victor's opinion on the match as well.
Yeah.
Will you front Baba to the rest of Africa?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
I believe Baba, he has had this time with politics, Kenyan politics, and he also has a great diplomatic relations across Africa and all over the world.
So he has, you just said, allow me to just cut you short by the way, he has had his time with Kenyan politics.
Yes.
Is he leaving Kenyan politics a sad man?
Not really sad.
Why? He's not won, like he's been contesting all this.
But at least he has been prime minister. He has also brought a new crop of politicians in Kenya.
Wow, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he has mentored so many politicians.
He should be proud, right?
So many leaders currently were part of Baba's team. Even the current president was once supporting Baba. So he has had his time, and it's time for him. It's also good to see how the Kenyan politics sphere will look like without Baba.
Exactly. Yeah, that is quite an image you want to paint.
You want to see also how it will be looking like. And also, I believe even with the current problems which we have in Africa, there are issues of climate change, insurgencies, and coup d'etat. Maybe we can see how maybe he can solve that with his experience and how he has been able to handle issues even in Kenya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying basically is he has the experience. He has good diplomatic relations with all these other countries.
Yeah, and something else, even East Africa has never had a AU chair. North Africa has had, South Africa has had, West has had.
So this could be our time.
If he's able to lobby well with the other Central and East African countries, maybe he'll have a good chance.
Just a quick one. President Ruto fronting him. Is it a problem?
No, that's not.
Actually, I think it's even good for you. Last time, Amina Mohamed even contested for the chair, but she lost to Musa Faki.
So Musa Faki 38, Amina 26.
Yeah. So I think this time East Africa has a chance with Baba.
Baba believes in equality. He believes in democracy. Baba is a believer of social justice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So and hii chance amepata ya represent East Africa to African Union Commission as a chair. I believe it has happened at the right time. For the country, for the region. I believe Baba has overachieved his ambition in the local politics within Kenya. So it's a high time we export him to international or the continental level. Yeah. Like why I'm voting for Baba. First of all, I've said he's a believer of social justice. He's a believer of democracy. And another thing, he believes in rule of law, because if it wasn't for his belief in rule of law, when his elections have been stolen over and over again, he always accepts, despite going against winning, despite the courts and the other things ruling against his wins, he always accepts the predicaments and marches forward. I believe that character is what we need to export to other regions, to other countries, maybe countries whereby we have been having fights over elections. You know, it's not a must that you win. That's what people should understand. When you venture into politics, you either lose or win, or even sometimes you win and your it's taken away. You don't have to fight. People don't have to die for you to be a president. Or for you to not only a president, even an MP. People don't have to fight. If mtu anamejiona ni yeye ako poa, give him time but your star will continue to shine, because for Babas, we've seen his star continues to shine after every election. This man with we call him these 9 lives of cat life. The 9 lives of a cat.
He has those.
Because look, when he set out to politics in the 90s and 80s, I think most of his associates then, none which have remained relevant. No.
But I think you have an argument.
Yeah, most of his associates then, they exited. You can
yes.
What I was meaning is that this guy has been able to remain relevant despite not holding such a powerful position. That means his politics are the right one.
How is that going to help him, fix the African Union?
I said he is a social democrat.
So through social democracy, he's going to help solve problems that are happening in Nigeria and all these other countries.
Yeah, he believes in democracy. And then other thing, the guy is a Pan-Africanist. Being a Pan-Africanist, he believes in Africanism. He believes in shared prosperity for the people, not only for the ruling class, but everybody, even the lower level, the grassroots. Devolution, he is the father of devolution. That's what we're exporting to other countries. By the way, with Baba, we'll export devolution, what he has achieved.
Okay.
But I think that he really does know how to compromise.
He knows
when and how to compromise.
He knows
how to compromise.
That's nice. I'm looking at it from the point of whatever you're explaining, all of it, like maybe it's kind of he's a peace-loving person. Okay, look at it broadly, really. Given that he concedes, even after the whole ruling and everything, even when he knows that he really won, and he can use other means that could be so violent, but he just submits and says like, okay, let this pass, let's plan for the next. Maybe if he takes that across Africa and fix all these nations that are in crisis, especially in Congo, our big brother Congo. Congo is quite rich country, but it's not that rich, is in quotes, so that thing needs fixing. Okay, and maybe all to the west, to the east, and to the south and north, what we just appeal is that Baba is the right leader to go sit at the AU Commission chair. So when that time comes, if you're looking for someone from East Africa and it's in East Africa, Baba is the person. Kenya may agree. In Kenya, we've agreed unanimously, and we are exporting that to the rest of Africa.